Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य
अज्ञानविरन्दस्य
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं नमः।
तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः।
तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः।
नमो विष्णुपादाय
नमो विष्णुपादाय
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
स्वामिनिति नामिने
स्वामी नित्यामिने।
नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद।
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे राम
हरे राम हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna, so my everyone to our weekly Gita class. Thank you for coming. We are discussing from Bhagwat Gita as it is. We are continuing from chapter 2nd. Last time we discussed about the 7th verse of the 2nd chapter, the transitional verse of Bhagwat Gita, where Arjuna is surrendering to Krishna. That's where spirituality begins. When we go to a teacher and humbly ask question, when we submit ourselves and ready to hear and follow also. That's what Krishna tells in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Spirituality means you go to a spiritual master or a teacher. Tad viddhi pranipata. First of all, be humble. Pariprashna, then question. Spirituality should not be accepted blindly. That is what many times goes on in the name of spirituality. Blindly you follow somebody without understanding what this person is giving us, what is the basis of this philosophy. So it should be having a very profound foundation. You should ask questions. Tat viddhi pranipatena pariprashna and then sevaya. Sevaya means ready to follow what the teacher is saying. Not that, okay, it was a good class, and uske baad life will go on the same way. We should be ready to transform ourselves. When we are ready to follow spiritual principles, spirituality is not just about information, it is about transformation. We are here to transform our lives for good. It is not just some piece of information we are getting here. Because in the age of Google and now AI, all the information is available. You just click it, tap it, and everything is available. So here, this process of spirituality which is given in Bhagavad Gita as taught by Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he is teaching us how to apply these principles in our lives. And the basis of spirituality in today's day and age, in Kali Yuga, it is founded on chanting the names of God. There are 4 ages. Anyone knows the 4 ages? Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. हम लोग इसमें बैठे हैं सत्य युग, Kali Yuga. So in different ages there are different ways to approach God. In Satya Yuga, the way was to go to the forest and do tapasya for thousands of years. The life duration was a long time that time. Krite yadhyayate Vishnu, dhyana karo. Go to the forest and do tapasya. Treta yam yajto makai. In Treta Yuga, the way was you do big yajnas. When you hear the word yajna, what comes to the mind? Havan. Sacrifice. आग जल रही है, उसमें आहुतियाँ डाल रही हैं और पंडित जी कुछ तो मंत्र बोल रहे हैं और अंत में केवल स्वाहा समझ में आता है. That is the only thing which we understand. The process of yajna is also a very elaborate one. It is not so easy to do yajna. The ideal requirement of a yajna is the priest should chant some mantra and the fire should start, not with a matchstick. And they should be very precise and perfect in pronouncing mantras. In Kali Yuga, not to speak of pronouncing perfectly. Many times pronouncing mantra is also difficult. So not possible. In Dwapar Yuga, the way was to do worship of the Lord in the temple. Archa Vigraha Puja, the deity worship the Lord in the temple as idols. That is also difficult many times. So therefore in Kali Yuga, the easiest is given to the people of Kali Yuga because God also knows. ज़्यादा दुनिया कुछ नहीं करेंगे. That's how people of Kali Yuga are not so very interested in spirituality. Whatever little bit of spark is there, if too many things are taught, well, ये तो बहुत मुश्किल है. ये अपने लिए नहीं है. ये हम नहीं कर पाएंगे. So simplest is given to people of Kali Yuga for all of us. That is Kalautat Hari Kirtana, chanting the names of the Lord. That's how we begin our discussions, that's how we end our discussions, by chanting the names of the Lord. In this section, Arjuna is now surrendering to Krishna and he is about to get instructions from Krishna. We'll discuss the 8th verse today. We'll recite the 8th verse, 2nd chapter, 8th verse. Those of you who have the books, we can recite. Nahi prapashyami mamapanutyam yashokamuccho shanamindriyanam avapya bhuma vasapatnam riddham rajyam suranam apichadipatyam. Somebody read the translation, please.
I can find no means to drive away this grief, which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to despair it, even if I get the prosperous, unrivaled kingdom, or not with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven.
So in the last verse, Arjuna says, I am now surrendering to you. I am your disciple. Shishyaste aham. I am your disciple. And now he says, I can't see any other way to drive away this grief. Because Krishna, so far he was a friend. He is a friend of Arjuna. They are both of same age. They are cousins. And Krishna is friend of Arjuna. So none of us go to our friend and say, I surrender to you. I am your disciple. Please instruct me. That relationship doesn't happen between friends. So Krishna may say, why are you surrendering to me? Go to Vyasdev, go to some other Rishi, who they will teach you. So he is now confirming his dependence on Krishna. I cannot find anyone else. Nahi prapashyami. I do not see anyone else who can drive away this grief. Yes, shokam, this shoka, this grief, uchoshanam indriyana. This is drying away my senses. And all of us have experienced this sometimes in difficult situations. मुंह सूखता है. एग्जाम में तो ऐसा होता है जब कुछ आता नहीं है तो. And if you are in some difficult situation, the mouth is drying out. So that's what is happening to Arjuna. Uchoshanam Indriyanam. And he says, Avapya Bhumao Asapatnam. Even if I get the kingdom of this entire world, it will not satisfy me, O Krishna. So that is where Arjuna is now surrendering to Krishna. He is accepting Krishna as his spiritual master, teacher, without a doubt. That is the first step in spirituality. We should never go to a teacher sentimentally, अच्छे लग रहे हैं, बोल ठीक ठाक रहे हैं, वो कुछ तो अच्छा बोलते हैं, ठीक है. It is a responsibility of the disciple, the student, to test the teacher, and it is also a duty of the teacher to test the disciple. How the student should test the teacher? By asking him right type of questions. And the teacher tests the disciple by giving the instructions and then seeing if he is following or not. So that is the relation between guru and disciple. And once the disciple understands, okay, he is good teacher, then there should be no doubt. There are three types of people. I think last time also we were discussing. Anyone remembers? Agya, Ashraddhadhana, and Sanshayatma. Ignorant, faithless, and doubtful. Who is the most dangerous of these three?
Doubtful.
Sanshayatma. So therefore, as soon as we understand that this path is the right path, then we should not doubt the path. There are so many paths in the field of spirituality when it comes to India. Pura supermarket hai of religions and gurus. Which path should I follow? How to understand which path should I follow? Which path is good for me? Ask these 5 questions. First, where am I now? You should ask that organization or that teacher, where am I now? Okay, this is a very easy question. We are in this material world. Hindi mein bolte hain bhavasagar, bhautik jagat. So that everybody will give this answer. Second, if I follow your path, where will I go? That is completely different for different people. Somebody will say something, somebody will say other thing. Third question, what is the path to go there? चलो जाना तो यहाँ पे है, what's the path? That will also vary for many people. Different organizations, different religions, different sects. Fourth question, after going there, what will I do? वहाँ पे जाकर करना क्या है? Fifth question, what will be the experience during the journey? If the journey is not a happy one, we will not take that journey. We like to take a journey which is a pleasant one. So these are the 5 questions which we should ask. And if somebody gets a satisfactory answer for these 5 questions, then they should follow that path. When it comes to Bhagwat Gita teaches us these 5 answers very, very clearly. Where are we now? Krishna says this world is a place of problems. One time there was a man, he was searching for his diamond ring. He had lost his ring. And he was searching under the street light. So a person came and said, what happened? He said, I have lost my diamond ring. Where you have lost? Oh, वहाँ पे. Why are you searching here? यहाँ पे light है ना? So you are searching in the wrong place. All of us, we want happiness and satisfaction. But the problem is, this place is designed to give us problems. This world is designed to give us troubles. That's why Krishna calls this world as Dukh Alay. Vidyalay, यहाँ पे विद्या मिलती है. ग्रंथालय, पुस्तकालय, ग्रंथालय, मदिरालय, anything else ending with alay? Or any other word ending with alay comes to your mind?
Mantralaya.
Devalaya, Mantralaya, Ruganalaya, Bhojanalaya, Vidyalaya. So that means if somebody goes to a Granthalaya and says, "Whisky milega kya?" So the paye bhi kya hai? He's come to library and is asking for whiskey. So that means in library you will only get books. Why Krishna calls this world as Dukhalaya? सुख है कि नहीं संसार में? है कि नहीं है? क्षणिक है, वो थोड़ा सा है, दो प्रॉब्लम्स के बीच का जो है, अभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है मतलब खुश. That is the situation of this world. अभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, that's why I am happy. We don't experience positive happiness in this world. The happiness which we experience is the absence of pain. अभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है इसलिए मैं खुश हूँ. The positive happiness, it is very little. It is a drop of happiness. And it is a mirage always. जैसा लगता है वैसा होता नहीं है. हमेशा लगता है कि बस यहाँ चले जाएंगे तो बस अच्छा हो जाएगा. ये कर लेंगे, ये मिल जाएगा, then I'll be happy. But it never ends. That's why it is described as Mrig Trishna, the mirage in the desert. The more you go towards this mirage, the more it will go away. You can never find the actual happiness now. अभी मिल गया अभी, ऐसा होता ही नहीं. So that's why this place is Dukhalaya. Everybody will answer this question. Dukhalaya. Second question, where will I go if I follow this path? Many times people ask this question कि भाई भगवान ने ऐसी दुनिया क्यों बना दी? दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई? और बनाना ही था तो अच्छा बना देते. इतने प्रॉब्लम्स क्यों डाले उसमें? Why God has made this world full of problems? And if I'll come out of this world, where will I go? By the path you are telling me. And Bhagwat Gita very clearly Krishna is telling that we'll go to a place where he lives. 15th chapter Krishna tells, Na tadbhashyate suryo na shashanko na pavakah yad gatvana nivartante tadhama paramam. That place of mine is not illuminated by the sun, moon, fire, electricity. That means wherever. That place is illuminated by the light which comes from the body of God. Okay, what's the process to go to that place? The process is simple, as Krishna describes in Bhagwat Gita. Please chant the names always. Chant my names. Satatam kirtayantu, always chant my names. After going there, what we will do? One time, there was a person. He was so poor, he had never seen gold in his life. He went to the king and said, "Oh king, I want to see gold. Can you please show me how the gold looks like?" He said, "Okay, no problem. You go out of this palace. You take that path 100 meters. You'll find another small palace. Enter that. You will see a stairs. You climb the stairs on the first floor. You will see a room. A guard will be standing there. You tell him that I have told. He will show you gold." And this person went outside and he reached the place, and then this person, the guard, he took this man inside in the room and he showed there was a vault, safe. He opened that and he said, "This is gold." There were some gold biscuits kept. So he said, "Oh wow, this is gold, thank you." As he closed that, he saw that the vault was also made up of gold. Then the door through which he entered was also made up of gold. The stairs were also golden. The path was also having some golden, markings. So what is happening? He was always seeing the gold, but he didn't know that this is gold. So in spirituality, we think वहाँ पे जाके करना क्या है? वहाँ पे कुछ और करना है भगवान के पास जाके. The same things which we are doing now, that is chanting the names of the Lord, serving the Lord, that continues. When it comes to spirituality and serving the Lord, none of us like to serve. I think last time I had asked servant. When you hear the word servant, what comes to your mind? Das. हाँ जी. Servants. और क्या मन में आता है? Servant. Slave. What else? Nothing else comes to mind. यस, कुछ तो आता होगा ना सर्वेंट सुन के मन में, कुछ नहीं आता। यस, बोलिए बोलिए, बोलेंगे तो देन आपको लगेगा हाँ याद रहेगा। When we speak, we remember. ठीक है, आप तो अच्छा बोल रहे हैं। सर्वेंट सुन के अच्छा नहीं आता था किसी को। इस बाहर की दुनिया में सर्वेंट बोलेंगे तो क्या लगता है, एक्सप्लॉयटेशन होगा, इंडिपेंडेंस नहीं मिलेगी, अब्यूज, जितनी सैलरी चाहिए उतनी नहीं मिलती है। You know, all these things they come to the mind. Nobody wants to be servant. In this world, the purpose of everyone is to become the master. That's why we are working, that's why we are earning, to become the boss, to control. Because by this controllership, we think, I'll be happy. If I'll get more resources, if I'll get nice luxurious car and a big house, people will come and say, wow, kya car hai? You have such a big house. And people will be impressed and they will appreciate me and they will love me. But the problem is, what happens? Externally they may say, you have such a big car. And inside they are saying, why you have this car? I should have this car. The wealth of the people, they don't inspire, it doesn't inspire love, it inspires envy. People become envious. So therefore, there is a complete dichotomy in this world. People want to be happy and that's why they are earning all the wealth and resources, but the problem is that wealth, that influence doesn't give them love. And then people, after earning their whole life, at the end of their life, they think, सब कुछ मिला लेकिन संतुष्टि नहीं मिल रही है. Still I am not happy and satisfied. What is missing in my life? That's why many billionaires or rich people, after earning so much of money, at the end of their life, they realize, I don't feel satisfaction. What is the problem? Then they start asking these basic questions. What is happiness? Is there some other way to get happiness? And that's where they turn to spirituality. So why not turn to spirituality when we can understand all these things properly? That's why Prahlad, he tells his friends, oh my friends, you should start practicing spirituality at the age of 5. 5, यहाँ पे तो 50 हो गए, ठीक है, शुरू तो करिए. Better late than never, please start. And what is actual spirituality? It is never late. Whenever, जब जागो तभी सवेरा. At least now we have started understanding this value of spirituality. Try to follow it properly. That is the path. And this path of spirituality, as taught in Bhagwat Gita, it is a blissful one. Krishna says, Susukham kartum avyayam. 9th chapter, Krishna says that. Rajavidya, Rajguhyam, Pavitram, Idamuttamam, Pratyakshavagam Dharmyam. Susukham kartum. It is always a blissful experience. To practice spirituality is a blissful path. It is not a miserable one. One time somebody came to Srila Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, what do you do for recreation? आप लोग जीवन में मजा कैसे करते हैं? आप दिन भर हरे कृष्णा करते रहते हो, फिर लेक्चर सुनते हो, फिर चैंटिंग करते हो, फिर मतलब मजा कैसे करते हो जीवन में? Prabhupada said, our whole life is a recreation only. Who in the morning gets up 4 o'clock and starts dancing? सुबह से उठ के सर आप लोगों में से कोई भी डांस किया? 4-4:30 बजे उठ के कोई करेगा तो बोले कुछ तो कर पड़ोगे, इसका लग रहा है. सुबह क्यों डांस कर रहे हैं? The process spirituality is blissful one. We all get up in the morning and chant and dance in front of the Lord, Mangalarti. And then Prabhupada said, and we eat nice prasad. We go to nice places. We meet nice people. So our life is all blissful one. An archaeologist came to meet Prabhupada once and he said, Swamiji, so Prabhupada asked him, so what do you do? So this archaeologist, he said, I study primitive people. So Prabhupada said, what is the use of studying primitive people? We study advanced people. That is Bhagwat Gita. We study advanced people. That is Shrimad Bhagavatam. So spirituality, it is a blissful one and it brings us to the understanding that first of all, we are not just this body. That is the first understanding of spirituality. We have three levels of existence: a physical level, an emotional level, and spiritual level. Most of the times we are busy taking care of our physical level of existence. Our body should be good, healthy. And sometimes we take care of our emotional well-being also. But we forget about spiritual well-being. That is the most important part. It is just like a person who is driving a car, and the car gets exhausted of fuel. So the fuel is put, but after some time driver feels hungry. So क्या करेंगे? उसको भी थोड़ा fuel दे दो. No, he has a different food. His body is like a machine. And the person who is driving this machine is called as soul, Atma. That is what is the basic instruction of Bhagwat Gita. We are not this body, we are soul. And the more we connect to our spiritual side, the more we connect to ourselves by chanting, by praying to the Lord, the more we'll be happy. Because if we are not satisfied at all three levels, then there is always emptiness. If somebody thinks, I am good in my physical side, emotional also okay, but sometimes when things go wrong in our life, then we ask questions. सब कुछ ठीक ठाक चल रहा था, suddenly something goes wrong. What happened? Why Lord is doing this in my life? Every machine comes with a manual. A manual कब पढ़ते हैं हम लोग?
Not functioning property, so you
जब खराब हो गया, अरे चल नहीं रहा है, ढूंढो जरा मैनुअल का. मैनुअल तो डे 1 पे फेंक दिया कचरे में. This body is like a machine. And God, who has made this machine, has given a manual also for this machine. And that manual is Bhagwat Gita. That manual is scriptures. So the more we read this manual regularly, we will not fall into problems. And if we get into problems, we know how to solve it. Where is the key to the problem? What is the solution to this problem? So Arjun, he knows, I am now in difficulty. Where to go and find the solution? That's why he's saying, I don't find anyone else who can give me a solution. Only you can help me, O Krishna. Because Arjun knows that Krishna is Supreme God. He is not an ordinary person. So therefore, going to a spiritual teacher means we should be ready to hear. Prabhupada writes a very interesting line in this purport. He says, academic knowledge, scholarship, high position, etc. are all useless in solving the problems of life. How is this possible? High position, scholarship, knowledge, they can't solve the problems of life. There are two types of problems we have in our life. Some temporary problems, some permanent problems. What are the temporary problems? They have a beginning and end. अभी है, थोड़े दिन के बाद नहीं होगा. They are always intermittent with some happiness. थोड़ी खुशी बीच में मिलती है कभी. It is like sandwich. Upper loaf of hankering. I want it, I want it, I want it, and the lower loaf of lamentation चला गया. उसके बीच में थोड़ी सी खुशी मिलती है कभी कभी. That is also missing sometimes. Only hankering and lamentation. So our problems are temporary. One time a king, he asked his minister, Minister, I want a gift. What type of gift you want, sir? If I am happy, I see that gift, I should be sad. And if I am sad, I look at the gift, I should be happy. So after a few days, the minister brought a ring for the king. And he said, Sir, this is the answer to your question. He said, What is this? Sir, there is something written on this ring. Please see that. What was written on the ring? Anyone can guess?
Even this shall pass away.
This shall also pass. ये भी चला जाएगा. When you are sad, ये भी चला जाएगा. Oh good, I am happy. And when I am happy, ये भी चला जाएगा. Oh, I am sad. So all our problems are temporary, and we are busy solving the temporary problems of our life. We don't look to solve the permanent problem. Just like a person, he has some heart disease, and he goes to a doctor, and doctor gives some painkillers because he has some pain in the chest. So the painkiller stops the pain for some time, and the patient thinks, "Wow, I am good now." What is happening? His disease is increasing because he is not taking the root cause treatment. We are also busy solving the temporary problems by some temporary solutions. You know what are the temporary solutions we try in our life to solve the temporary problems? Just indulge in some enjoyment and forget the pain. Or indulge in social media, or get into some intoxication. गम मिलाने के लिए थोड़ा पीना पड़ता है मुझे. You do something but forget the problems. Like ostrich. Anyone knows the peculiar feature of an ostrich?
Puts his head inside. Right.
Whenever there is a problem, puts the head under the ground. Why?
Cannot see.
दिख नहीं रहा है ना, problem नहीं है. That's how many times we are. दिख नहीं रहा है ना, problem नहीं है. Many times people tell us, आप लोग यहाँ मरने की बातें बहुत करते हैं. Life के बारे में बोलो. Life is so good. Why are you talking about death? दिख नहीं रहा है ना, problem नहीं है. People don't want to see the problems. Busy solving the temporary problems. What are the permanent problems of our life? Which nobody wants it.
Death.
Nobody can avoid it.
Death.
Death, disease, or old age, birth. Birth is also a problem we forgot because we don't remember what happened when we were in the womb of the mother. Old age, death, as sure as death. So these are the permanent problems, whether you like it or not, they'll come for sure. But दिख नहीं रहा है ना, problem नहीं है. That is what Yudhishthir was asked by Yaksha. In Mahabharata, there is a very beautiful section of Yaksha Prashna. When Yudhishthir was asked by Yaksha many questions, one of the questions he asked was, "What is the most astonishing thing in this world?" Any guesses? इस संसार का सबसे आश्चर्यजनक वस्तु क्या है? Not the seven wonders.
लोग सब आपस में सामने बढ़ रहे हैं, हमें लगता है.
हाँ. Everybody is dying, but I will not die now. मैं भी मरूंगा, but not now. आहनि आहनि भूतानि गच्छन्ति यमालयं शेषः स्थावरमिच्छन्ति किमाश्चर्यमतः परम्. आहनि आहनि भूतानि. Every second somebody is going to the Yamalaya. यम लोग जा रहे हैं. जो बच जाते हैं उनको क्या लगता है? अपना नंबर अभी नहीं आएगा. आएगा, बट अभी नहीं आएगा. अभी तो बहुत समय है. अभी तो मतलब मैंने तो दिखाई हुई अपनी कुंडली अभी बहुत समय में ना. So that is the astonishing thing. So therefore we should never think अभी तो बहुत समय है. It is very astonishing thing. We don't want to solve that permanent problems. That's why Srila Prabhupada writes, academic knowledge, scholarship and high position, however big, however knowledgeable, however intelligent, however wealthy, can we solve these four problems? Birth, old age, disease, death. ये रुक जाएगा? ये नहीं रुकेगा. Even with all the cosmetics, old age will come. One time a teacher was teaching and she was writing on the board. She was teaching English grammar. And she wrote on the board, "I am beautiful." So which tense is this? बच्चे बोलते हैं past tense मैडम. चला गया. So we cannot avoid being old, becoming old, as sure as death. So therefore, intelligent person means he tries to solve the permanent problems. Academic knowledge, scholarship and positions cannot solve the permanent problems of life. I told earlier the story of a king who had 4 wives. The first wife, he would give everything to his first wife. All good clothes and ornaments, all sorts of nice food, whatever she demanded. Second wife was a very beautiful one. Wherever she would go, he would go around would go, he would take her to show off. मेरी इतनी अच्छी पत्नी. Third wife was the intelligent one. Whenever he needed advice, he would go to the third wife. And the fourth wife was a neglected one. The days passed by. The king became old. One day he understood that I am about to die. He thought at least I should take one of my wives with me. मरने के बाद थोड़ा कंपनी होना चाहिए ना कोई तो नेक्स्ट जाने में. So he went to his first wife. जीवन पर सब कुछ दिया है इसको तो आनी चाहिए ना साथ में. Will you come with me? She said nothing doing, I am going. Without saying anything, she left. She was shocked. इसको जीवन पर सब कुछ दिया मैंने. He went to the second wife. Will you come with me? She said no. After you die, I'll get remarried. What a second shock. क्या हो गया? He went to his third wife. Will you come with me? She said I will come till graveyard. उसके आगे नहीं आऊंगी. अभी फोर्थ वाले को पूछने का फायदा नहीं है. उसको कभी देखा ही नहीं उसने. As he is thinking what to do, he hears a voice. I'll come with you. What's that? His fourth wife. All of us have these four wives in our life. Who is our first wife?
Well,
Body. We give everything to our body. Good food, all the nice clothing, whatever the body demands. मरने के बाद सबसे पहले क्या छूट जाता है? Body. Who is the second wife? जो दूसरों की हो जाती है?
relatives.
Wealth. दूसरों की हो जाती है. Who is the third wife?
Relatives.
जो graveyard तक आते हैं? They are relatives. And who is the fourth wife?
Soul.
That is the super soul, Paramatma, who is there in the heart with every one of us. Who is always there with us. Wherever we go, he never leaves us, but we never turn towards him. Because we are busy getting things of the world, thinking that they'll give me pleasure, they'll give me happiness. So that's how Arjuna is surrendering to Krishna here. It is so very interesting that so far Krishna didn't give any instructions to Arjuna. अभी तक कुछ नहीं बोल रहे हैं. He's just listening to all the arguments Arjuna is making. If somebody comes to us and tells some of their problems, we are so very eager to tell the solutions. Although we may not be expert in that field, Krishna is all expert in every field, but still he is chup. Till the time somebody is not asking, I want solution. We should not be eager to tell them or guide them. Otherwise, it will not be taken properly or in good sense. So, Srila Prabhupada in this purport to this verse, he describes anyone who is a devotee of God, he can become the spiritual teacher. It doesn't require external qualifications. Anyone we may be, anyone you may be. If somebody is well versed in the knowledge of spirituality, Bhagwat Gita, they can teach others. Only thing is the knowledge should come in proper parampara, proper tradition. Otherwise in India, everybody has something to say about spirituality. भगवान के बारे में कुछ भी पूछिए. Anybody and everybody will say something at least. एकदम रिक्शा वाला भी बोलेगा कुछ तो. Even a barber, even a cobbler will say something about spirituality. But if I ask you, or if I ask somebody, can you please tell me the function of pituitary gland? Doctor को पूछो. Can you tell me how to make a robot? वो तो इंजीनियर का काम है. उसको पूछो. Can you please tell me how to solve 8-by diagonal matrix? That is a mathematician's job. When it comes to spirituality, everybody has something to say. Why? Why everybody can say about spirituality? Have we read about it? So therefore, Srila Prabhupada, he would always say, and Bhagwat Gita also says, Krishna says, Evam parampara praptam, 4th chapter, 1st verse, 2nd verse, Krishna says this knowledge should come in disciplic succession. It's like ordinary knowledge, academic knowledge. Somebody learns from the teacher, उसने उसके teacher से सीखा है, उसने उसके टीचर से सीखा है. That's how this knowledge is coming down. Similarly, spirituality means the knowledge should come in proper succession. And then Srila Prabhupada, he writes that although Arjun, he is distressed, but what he is doing is right. He is going to God. Krishna says there are 4 types of people who come to me. Chaturvida vajante mam jana sukriti namarjuna arto artharthi jigyasu jnani cha bharatarshava. 4 types of people come to me, O Arjun. Those who are artha. Arth means distressed. दुख में आते हैं भगवान के पास. Those who are अर्थार्थी, they want wealth. वही आरती हम गाते हैं ना, सुख संपत्ति हरया में कष्ट मिटे तन का. Such type of people come to me and Krishna accepts it, no problem. अरे किसी बहाने तो आ रहे हैं. Sometimes some people they are inquisitive. ये क्या होता है spirituality? ये क्या करते हैं? ये मंदिर में क्या होता है? And some people they are ज्ञानी. They know something, they want to know more. So now Arjun is distressed. He's not able to understand how to solve this problem in my life. Therefore, he is approaching Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, the problems of material existence, birth, old age, disease and death cannot be counteracted by accumulation of wealth and economic development. People think spirituality is for those who are outdated, who are old, who have nothing to do with the modern understanding. हम तो modern है. और I am a businessman, I am so very busy. ये तो retired लोगों के लिए होना चाहिए. और I am a student, I don't have time. Can anyone say that Arjun, that they are more busy than Arjun? Arjun was the most powerful warrior. He was the king. Still, he chose to hear Bhagwat Gita. And Krishna is not teaching any martial arts in Bhagwat Gita. What is taught in Bhagwat Gita? All the basic philosophy of science, of spirituality, what to do, how to live life. This Bhagwat Gita is a very practical presentation of spirituality. The more we are turning away from God, the more the problems of societies are increasing. We are seeing depression rates are increasing, and anxiety is increasing. Moral values are going down, corruption is increasing. Why? Because we are turning away from God. Addiction rates are increasing. We are seeing in today's children, 7-8 साल के बच्चे, 8-9 साल, 10 साल. Sometimes they also start doing something wrong. It is so very astonishing. Why all these things are happening? Because we are turning away from spirituality. और we may be thinking कि ठीक है, मेरे बच्चों को अच्छे संस्कार देना चाहिए. बच्चों को अच्छे संस्कार तभी दे पाएंगे when we are practicing it. When we practice, then we can give to our children. Because children, they learn by seeing. They don't learn by hearing much. They learn when they see their parents doing it. So that's why it's our responsibility to learn spirituality and understand the values and then make our life perfect and successful and help the future generations. Okay, so I'll stop here. Any questions anybody has? Yes.
Like why are there so many religions? So everyone in this world, I think, has some kind of religion that they follow. There are a lot of scriptures that are there. So why are there so many and why isn't there one? If there is one truth, then why isn't there one scripture, one book that everyone follows?
Okay, wonderful. I have a whole 1 hour of presentation on this topic. Just like if a first class student, he is taught. उसको क्या mathematics, if the mathematics teacher comes, science teacher comes and says, बेटा, today we will learn algebra and calculus. तो क्या करेगा वो? मुझे 1 + 1 2 नहीं समझ रहा है. What he understands? 1 + 1 2, 2 - 1, 1 - 2, 1 - 2 थोड़ा होता है. He doesn't understand that. So he is taught only that which he understands. Although teacher may be a PhD, but he will be taught only that which he can understand because his brain is not developed yet. Spirituality is given according to the level of intelligence and consciousness people have. Different people in the world, they have different levels of understanding. And God is very, very considerate to bring everyone to certain level of spirituality. Just like first class student, he will not be taught algorithm or trigonometry, he will be taught basic things. Similarly, different scriptures, they are at different levels of understanding. And they are taught to different levels of people. Some scriptures, they are like pocket dictionary. Some are like Oxford dictionary. What is the difference between pocket dictionary and Oxford dictionary?
Concised and precise.
Oxford will be having more words. But those words which are there in pocket dictionary are also there in Oxford. And there is something called as encyclopedia. It has everything. So some scriptures, they are like encyclopedia. Some scriptures, they are like Oxford. Some scriptures are like pocket. They are all right. But their levels of understanding are different. Similarly, different scriptures are at different levels. I can tell you the details, but this is the basic understanding. Just like in Quran, this Muhammad said, I have many things to tell you, but you are not ready for it. He told this. Same thing Jesus told to his followers. I have many things to tell you, you are not ready for it. Krishna is telling to Arjuna in the 7th chapter of Bhagwat Gita, Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyami asheshatah yajgyatvaneha bhoyonyajgyatavyam avashishyate. He says, Arjuna, I am going to tell you the knowledge which is complete knowledge. After knowing this, nothing will remain to be known. Yajgyatva, after knowing this, na iha bhuyo anyat. Iha means in this world, there is nothing remaining to be known. Gyatavyam avashishyate. So that's how some scriptures, they are like pocket dictionary, some are like encyclopedia. They are giving some level of spiritual understanding to accommodate everyone. Because everybody has to be brought to some level of spirituality. If you are not ready to be at this level, okay, wherever you are, we'll teach you something. Gradually come to this understanding.
Yeah, I think I want to ask you about the rituals that people follow. So, say within Hinduism also there are different. Some will chant, some will perform yajnas like you said, some will go to the temple. Other religions have other paths. So why are they being made? Like you also spoke about chanting. One should chant the name of the Lord. So why are they designed and why are there differences? Why are there so many rituals that are there?
There are two questions you are asking. Why are these yajna and chanting and all these things, and why are there different rituals in our spirituality? So the first, I already told that in different ages, people were of different caliber. So they were given something which they could do. Yajna or going to the forest and do tapasya. We can't do yajnas. We can't do tapasya. हमसे एक व्रत नहीं होता है ठीक से, निर्जल फास्टिंग नहीं होती है ठीक से. If you try doing निर्जल बिना पानी के दिन भर, बहुत मुश्किल है. तो हजारों साल तक बिना पानी पिए रहेंगे, पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, सोच ही नहीं सकते. Not possible. So in this age, whatever we can do, whatever this Kaliyuga body can support, that is given. And about the rituals, different rituals which are mentioned in scriptures, they have a basis. We are not blindly following the rituals because the problem is we don't understand the value and the basis of some rituals, therefore we reject them. And sometime back there was a movie which had come, oh my god. So many different logical reasonings were given. and it looked very right. अच्छा लॉजिकल बोल रहे हैं कांजी भाई. But because these rituals are not, scientifically taught, because the reasoning behind the rituals are not taught properly. That's why we reject these rituals. Every ritual has some basis. Just like doing parikrama of the temple. Why we do parikrama of the temple? There is a reason. Because when we do parikrama, we are keeping God in the center of our life. We are telling that whatever I will do, oh my Lord, I will keep you in the center of my life. Rituals are a way to express our emotions. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं आप लोग दिखावा क्यों करते हैं, इतना जोर जोर से हरे कृष्णा कीर्तन कर रहे हो, मन में रखो ना भाई, शांति से करो ना. क्यों भाई, अभी आज इंडिया न्यूजीलैंड का मैच है, तो आप लोगों को क्या लगता है ऑडियंस सब शांति से देखने वाली मैच? मन में वहाँ पे अगर इंडियन प्लेयर्स कौन है अभी, आई डोंट नो, विराट कोहली ये सब है उसमें नहीं, जो भी लेटेस्ट है, some of the best batsmen is batting and the ball comes and he hits a six, तो ऑडियंस क्या करेगी?
Cheer.
क्यों भाई, मन में रखो ना. इतना दिखावा क्यों कर रहे हो? मन में लड्डू फूट रहे हैं, दिखावा नहीं करेंगे, ऐसा होता है. Emotion should be expressed. If the husband comes home and says I love you every day, no gifts, no party, no restaurant, तो पत्नी खुश हो जाएगी, मेरे कितने अच्छे पति हैं, रोज आई लव यू बोलते हैं. पत्नी बोलेगी मामा एक्सप्रेस योर लव, थोड़ा कभी गिफ्ट लाइए, कभी पार्टी जाएंगे. Love should be expressed. Rituals are a way to express our love, our emotions to God. They are a refined psychophysical science, and it invokes some emotions. Just like 26 जनवरी और 15 अगस्त को मेरे देश की धरती सोना उगले, 2 ही दिन बचते हैं गाने. And when you salute the flag, what all emotions come in the mind? The देशभक्ति आता है ना, एटलीस्ट 2 दिन तो जागृत होती है देशभक्ति हमारी. So these rituals of saluting the flag, they are connected to some emotions. So the rituals which we do in spirituality, they are also connected with some emotions. Everything has a purpose. Sometimes we follow some rituals blindly without knowing the reasons, and कुछ rituals तो ऐसे ही बना दिए जाते हैं. Just like one time there was a marriage going on, and the boy's mother, she was doing all the arrangements, सब कुछ चल रहा था, and she saw there was a cat moving around the house, creating all the chaos. She told, अरे टोकरी लेके आओ टोकरी, and टोकरी से उसने बिल्ली पकड़ के ढक के रख दिया उसको, and the marriage went on properly. The bride saw this. Then later she had a son. He grew up. His marriage was about to be done. All the arrangements are done. She said सब कुछ हो गया, एक चीज की कमी है, उसकी बिल्ली और टोकरी. क्यों? नहीं, वो नहीं मानी. मेरी शादी हुई थी ना, तो मेरी सास ने भी बिल्ली को टोकरी से ढक के रखा था, तो कुछ तो होगा ना उसमें रिचुअल. That is called as blind ritual, blind faith. So that's how, and all these types of rituals are also there in our tradition. ऐड हो जाते हैं बिना कुछ समझे. So that's why we should know what are the Vedic rituals, what are मनगढ़ंत rituals. So rituals are a science. भगवान को अभिषेक क्यों करते हैं, आरती क्यों करते हैं भगवान को प्रणाम क्यों करते हैं, all these are rituals. भगवान को भोग क्यों लगाते हैं, why we offer so many things when all the beggars are there, उनको बांटो ना, भगवान को क्यों चढ़ा रहे हो. Everything has a reason. Sometimes we discuss that. Any other questions?
Prabhuji, there's one doubt. Normally people perform some act, and whenever they perform that act, whether it's good or bad, they always think it is good, that's why they perform. If it's bad, they did not perform. But how do we distinguish at the time of performing the act whether it's good act or a bad act? How to differentiate it?
Okay. All our actions, when it comes to piety or sin, good activity or bad activity according to scriptures. See, in the today's day and age, there is something called as pap and there is something called as aparadh. The day-to-day understanding of crime and the Vedic understanding of sin is different. For example, abortion is not a crime if it is done according to the medical laws. Medical termination of pregnancy बोलते हैं. But it is a sin, whatever stage you do it. So when it comes to understanding of what is good activity or bad activity, our reference point is scriptures. Whatever is given in the Vedas, that is good activity, and if it is not given, it is a bad activity, it's sinful activity. Because the laws of this world are made by us, by people, and people have faults. We have 4 types of faults. We have imperfect senses. We tend to get illusioned, we make mistakes, and we cheat others and get cheated. So because of these faults, the laws we make also have faults. But when it comes to scriptures, they are beyond the 4 faults because they are not written by any person of this world. They are given by God. Scriptures, they are not written by any of us. They are the words of God. There are no faults in that. So we should always refer to scriptures. And if we are confused कि पता नहीं ये मिल नहीं रहा है शास्त्र में क्या करना है नहीं करना है समझ, ask somebody who has read scriptures. That's why there are 3 principles in our life: Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Spiritual teachers, other saintly devotees, and scriptures. ये तीनों को पकड़ के रखिए. Then there will be no confusion कि अच्छा है बुरा है, इनको नहीं पता इनसे पूछो, इनको नहीं पता इसमें देखो. So that's the case. Okay, yes.
So you said something there are 4 paths. Where you are, where you want to go, how do you reach there, and what do you need to do, and what's the pain. It's also said that it should be a pleasant journey.
Yeah.
But then we come to Arjuna. It's a very, very bad state of affairs where he was in Kurukshetra.
Correct.
He had to fight his uncle, he had to fight his master, he had to fight his cousins. But then Lord Krishna says, you have no choice but to fight. It's somewhere in that.
Yes.
But then the journey is not pleasant. It's a very unpleasant journey. So in life, you're in a predicament state. What do you need to do? Whether you go to take path A or path B or path C. Of course, you pray to God and say, put me on the right path. But then how do you decide? That's the
Okay.
problem.
Yes, thank you. How to decide which is the right path to be followed? That's what we have to learn from Arjuna. He surrenders to the authority. He surrenders to God. His privilege was he had God in front of him. We are not so great, fortunate, but we are equally fortunate. We have the messengers of God. We have the devotees who represent the instructions given by God. Our responsibility is to find a right authorized teacher and go to him. Because in today's age there are so many bogus gurus and people get cheated by them, and then people say सब लोग एक ही जैसे होते हैं, सब ढोंगी हैं, सब पैसा कमा रहे हैं, it's all business. I'll not go to anyone. If you get cheated by one quack, one doctor who is not properly practicing, will you say entire medical profession is bad? All doctors are useless. You will find the right type of doctor and go to him and take treatment. Similarly, it is our responsibility to find right spiritual teachers who will teach us what is the right path. And then it is our responsibility to follow that path properly. And Arjuna, he followed this path very properly. That was the credit of Arjuna. After hearing this whole Bhagwat Gita, you know what Arjuna says? Krishna asks him, Arjuna, now you do whatever you want. I have given you all the knowledge. Yathechasi tatha kuru. You can do whatever you want. One person came to Srila Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, I have read entire Bhagwat Gita. Prabhupada asked him, which is your favorite verse? He said, Yathechasi tatha kuru. Do whatever you want. Krishna is so nice. But we should understand what Arjun replied. That is the ideal student of Bhagwat Gita, na? Arjun क्या बोल रहे हैं? Arjun बोल रहे हैं, I will do whatever you say. He is saying you do whatever you want. Arjun says, I will do whatever you say. That is the ideal student of Bhagavad Gita. Karishye vachanam tava. You tell me. Whether I like it or not, I will do it. Whether it is a good or a bad one, I will do it. Because none of the students, they like to study. None of us like to give exams and tests. But when we are put to test, then we study properly. सबको एक्सपीरियंस है ना? स्कूल में, कॉलेज में एग्जाम के दिन जैसी पढ़ाई होती थी, वैसी पढ़ाई साल भर नहीं होती. So God also puts us to different testing situations so that we become a better version of ourselves. We need to upgrade ourselves regularly. And upgradation is not so easy job. It is a difficult task. We have to upgrade our consciousness. And how we will upgrade our consciousness? When we are put to tests. Then we will be forced to get upgraded. नहीं तो पिछले वाला वर्जन काम नहीं करेगा फिर. होता है ना, अभी मोबाइल में इतना अभी अपडेट नहीं किया तो ऐप बोलता है अभी नहीं अपडेट करो इसको. अपडेट नहीं करेंगे तो चलेगा नहीं. We have to update ourselves in terms of today's understanding. How to live in today's world with a sane mind. If we keep on having the same old type of thinking, we will not be able to function now because the world has changed completely. We have to upgrade ourselves. And our upgrading system is only one. We have to put only this software. None of the software works in today's day and age. और ये ऐसा सॉफ्टवेयर है इसका कभी अपडेट नहीं आता है. It is the most updated version always. We have to put this software. ये नहीं डालते हैं ना, इसलिए बाकी सॉफ्टवेयर डालना पड़ता है. और वो बदलता रहता है, अपडेट आता रहता है उसमें, फिर परेशान होते हैं. We have to learn to apply this in our life. And then we'll go through the problems. Miseries are compulsory, suffering is optional. Everybody will go through problems in their life. But दुखों में दुखी होना या नहीं ये अपने हाथ में है. दुख तो सबके जीवन में आते हैं. ऐसा कोई नहीं जिसके जीवन में दुख नहीं आता है. But to be happy in those situations, to be positive in those situations, to transform those calamities into opportunities, that is what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. महाविपत्तौ संसारे यस्मरेत् मधुसूदनः विपत्तौ तस्य सम्पत्ति भवेत् इत्याशंकर. In this world full of problems, if somebody learns the art of transforming विपत्ति into संपत्ति, कैसे होगा ये विपत्ति संपत्ति में कैसे परिवर्तित होगी? यस्मरेत् मधुसूदनः. When we learn to remember God in those difficult times, then God will tell us how to solve this problem. How to make this problem into opportunity. Krishna will give the intelligence. Okay.
You raised this question actually earlier when you were speaking. So it's a common question you said. So why is the world designed in such a way that everyone faces problems? What is the answer for that?
काहे तो दुनिया बनाई full of problems. You know, this world is described as a place where we are given some punishment. It is not a pleasant place for us because this is described as a jail. And who is and in Hindi, in Sanskrit, it is Durga. Who is the jailer of this world, you know? Durga. Durga Devi, she is the jailer of this material world. What was the crime we did? Why we came in this prison house? में जाना जा रहा हूँ. I'm just about to go to Nahar. I'm about to give 1 hour class on this topic only. Why Lord has made this world full of problems. The problem is, why we came here? Because we wanted to enjoy separately from God. Just like some of you must have experienced. Your child says, "Mummy, मुझे वो पानी पूरी खाना है, वो ठेले पे जो रहता ना." तो मम्मी बोली, "बेटा, वो अच्छा नहीं, वही वाला खाना है, वही वाला नहीं, अच्छा नहीं है, नहीं मम्मी वही खाना है." मैं घर पे बनाती हूँ, नहीं वही वाला खाना है, वो ठेले वाला पानी पूरी का ज़्यादा टेस्टी है. Stubborn. So मम्मी बार बार बोलेगी, "बेटा नहीं मत जा, नहीं खाना है, नहीं खाना है." ओके ठीक है, एक बार खा, बीमार पड़ेगा ना, then you will come back. We were also with God, enjoying life properly. Because in the place where God lives, there is no birth, old age, disease and death. It is free of miseries. भगवान के साथ थे, we were happy and we said नहीं, उधर क्या है, उधर वो मेरे, I want independence. Why I have to be always dependent on you, my God? Lord will say, because you are not ready for independence. He said, no, I want independence. You are not designed like that. No, I want independence. Okay, you try. We came here. And now we are going through all the problems. Just like small children, मम्मी मुझे भी cooking करना है. वो cooking नहीं कर सकते, नहीं मुझे भी अपना kitchen चाहिए. So what mother will give? She'll get a toy kitchen. 2 घंटा उसमें cooking कर रही है वो. After 2 hours, she'll come and say, "मम्मी भूख लगी है." बनाया ना 2 घंटा खा ले. नहीं मम्मी उसमें छोड़ना होगा. You give me. That's what is happening. We try to enjoy. We try to become gods here. We are trying to become gods here. We are trying to become Ishwar, controllers. And when we are getting frustrated, then we are thinking, "मजा नहीं आ रहा." That is a crime we have done. We wanted independence. We are meant to be happy, but our happiness is dependent on God. And God gives us much more happiness than we even can imagine. But हमको भगवान नहीं चाहिए. That's why we came here. And now we are put in this prison house, where the jailer is Durga. She has a trident in her hands. You know what are the 3 points of that trident? The 3 types of problems she keeps giving us. Adhi bhautika miseries, adhi atmika miseries, and adhi daivika miseries. Adhi bhautik means there are some problems which others give us. There are some problems which our body and the mind gives us. There are some problems which the nature gives us. We are getting troubled by these. पिटाई होती रहती है. In the jail, if the jailer is punishing and beating the prisoners, is he cruel?
No.
No. Is he cruel if he punishes the prisoners?
Depends if the prisoner is behaving properly or not. If he is not behaving,
Of course, if he is not behaving properly, then if he is getting beaten. So, जेल में आया तो उसने गड़बड़ किया इसलिए तो आया है. So he'll be given some punishment, right? उसको पत्थर तोड़ने को लगाएंगे, उधर कुछ तो करेंगे ना, उसको थोड़ा ना रेड कारपेट वेलकम करेंगे. आइए, क्या चाहिए मेनू में? So the jailer will give problems. The jail will always have troubles. You will not get menu card in jail, even though it is first class jail. Politicians के लिए first class jail रहता है ना. Even that jail will have problems. So in this world, whatever species you may be in, now we have this human species, first class jail, right? But still problems are there. Stink will be there in this jail. It's like toilet, कितना भी उसमें perfume लगाओ, AC लगाओ, कुछ भी लगाओ, stink will be there. This material world, problems will be there. And the Lord has made this world. Why punishment is given? Why jail is there? To rectify the mentality. This world is made so that we can rectify our rebellious mentality against God. And when we serve God, when we connect to God, God is like Father. He's our Father. He is ready to give us everything. He's just waiting for us to return. we return, then we are the happiest people. That is in brief. Okay. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shrimad Bhagwat Gita ki jai. So let's 5 minutes of Kirtan. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Just I sing, then off you can follow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare